Hello, everyone, and welcome into another episode of For Torrey. I'm Nathan. This is episode 32. We are coming to you once again live.
Live, baby.
Live this week. Our normal spot, as you can kind of see, we're kind of cluttered up a little bit again this week.
Yeah.
But our normal spot is actually being renovated currently. So we might have a whole new looking setup when we get back there.
I hope so.
Next week. This is kind of a last second decision. We're actually using a brand new streaming software and everything. Let me move this over a little bit, that way we can evenly distribute camera footage.
There you go.
And screen time. But brand new streaming platform. So really quickly, I'm going to double check and make sure everything's looking and sounding good. I want to make sure everything's
very
good.
Important.
I can see if you're commenting, we can see your comments coming in through a section right here. I know it works for YouTube. I've never streamed to Facebook before. This is all brand new to me.
Yeah, so ask us a question, man. Get involved. Participate. So we can answer some questions. You probably don't know the answer, but what's the answer?
Yeah, we're good. So okay, everything's sounding good. Just wanted to make sure. And all that stuff is good there. Sweet. But dude, we have got some football to talk about today.
A whole lot of football. A couple months ago, we didn't have a whole lot of football.
Now we've got too much.
We got so much, man. Almost like we got to do a part 1, part 2, part 3, man.
No joke.
But we're gonna try to fit it all into this. What about, you said about an hour or so?
Give or take about an hour.
Because we do gotta work.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. It's unfortunate, but we do. Yeah. Hey, if you guys support us well enough, this can be our job, and you can get us every day.
Every day. We'll do it every day.
Every day at this time.
Like First Take or like what? Get Up. Those shows on ESPN.
We don't plug here. Me and Alan was doing a Hill Brothers thing last night, and we just kept plugging Inside Carolina and Tar Heel Illustrated all last night. It's okay though, because we love those guys.
Yeah, that's what it's about, man.
Yeah. So this week, I don't know where to really start. So I guess we're gonna start where everybody's at.
A-Rod.
It's time to start with A-Rod.
Why not?
Dude, I'm disappointed. I'm glad I got the game right.
You did, man.
I needed that game because we'll get to that later on.
Yeah.
We are keeping tally of our predictions and our picks, and we will do some more of those at the very end of this show today. That's what we'll end off the show with. But, dude, I'm just so disappointed with everything. Like, this dude was supposed to be like the savior for the Jets. The first time the New York's had a savior.
That's the problem right there. You put this man on a high-ass pedestal, and it came crashing down. Like, in fact, like they wrote the script on it. Like, it came crashing down so fast and so hard.
Yes.
You couldn't make it up. When I was looking, I was working, right? And I finally got back into where I was keeping up, and I said, Aaron Rodgers out. What? Out? What you talking about out? He's out to lunch? He got a game going on. You better come on back. What are you talking about?
It was shameful. It was very shameful. Absolutely, it was shameful. Golly,
was it like the third play of the game or something?
Fourth play. 4 plays into his tenure as a New York Jet. Dude, I was so excited. The crowd, everything, the entrance on 9/11. He comes out by himself, solo spotlight, runs out there with the big American flag. Everybody's going crazy. I mean, you get chills. I got chills right now thinking about it. It was amazing. 4 plays later, this dude's done. Like, he's done for the season. Everybody was talking about maybe he's done for his career. I think he came out yesterday and said that, that's.
He said, I shall rise again. That's what he said.
Yeah. Great movie quote from him. And
I think that's just what it was. Just the movie quote. I don't know if that's really true. I mean, he can come back. I mean, yeah. I mean,
he's absolutely coming back. You can't go out that way.
The mentality, man. Do you still have it? Like, are you still willing to come back after that and do what it takes? I mean, I know he sort of kind of feel embarrassed almost. If I was Rodgers, I mean, I'm like, man,
heartbroken.
All just this contract talks, the team I was going to be on, the players I was getting, and all this, and it's done. It's like done. Like, you're not playing the 2023-2024 season. Nope, you're done.
He comes back next year. Jets win the championship. Lock it in. Lock it in right now. Let's go.
We're still doing the show. We're gonna make sure I'm gonna pull it for this myself. What you said, bro? You said they win, right?
If that actually happens, oh my god, like that would be amazing. Like that would be flipping. Dude, I'd love that.
See, I agree. He needs to ride off into the sunset.
I think you do it after next. You at least do one more year.
Oh, after the championship year.
After the champion, yeah, dude.
Yeah, of course.
Like Peyton Manning, didn't Peyton Manning tear his quad in like 2015, won the championship in 16, and then went on? Or no, it was he toured in 14, won the championship in 15.
No, I thought he won in 16.
It was the 15-16 year. That's right.
Yeah, he got like blowed out by the Seahawks or
something like that.
Yeah, he got blowed out by the Seahawks.
Yeah,
that was their first Super Bowl championship.
Yep.
Then the next year he wins. Thank God.
Yeah. Oh, he beat the Panthers and Cam Newton.
We're like, I guess you could say Charlotte based because we're so close to Charlotte. So yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
I was actually rooting for Peyton Manning that game.
I was rooting for Cam, man. Like I was so glad that the Panthers got there. And I just wanted Cam to go ahead and get one, man.
Your XLR is being weird today. I gotta mark that thing.
Yeah,
I gotta mark that thing. What's going on with that thing?
There's a little loose. One?
No, it's not a new one yet.
Testing 1 2.
Oh wow! See, this is live. You can tell it's live. It's all get out.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hold it.
Yeah, it's being kind of weird today. What's going on here? What is it? Why is it doing this? Here, unconnect that and connect it back, and then we'll see if we can't get everything going solid from there. But yeah, 39 years of age, tears an Achilles, and
testing 1 2.
Still being weird. 39 years of age, tears an Achilles. That's not good. That's not good at all. Like that's really unfortunate for him. And well, yeah, I guess we're gonna have to just I don't know what's going on with this thing. Anyway.
That's live, baby.
Yeah, that's the beauty of being live. This is weird. I don't understand this. Okay. Anyway, bump it at this point in time. I'm getting ready just to move this microphone over. We'll just use we'll just use this one. But keep investment. I'll let you know here. I'll let you can hear it. There we go. This is live. Gotta love live stuff. We got a bad XLR. It's time to get another one. It's just it worked fine for us last week, and it's just not doing it this week. So we'll see. We'll see if we can't get that right. This is all live for all of you, like we love to do. But no, Aaron Rodgers he's not doing any more darkness retreats for a while.
Testing. There we go.
You good? You're good. All right, sweet. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hopefully we can hold it right there. Don't move, Torrey. Just don't move at all. Just stay right here. That's the beauty of live, man.
It's awesome. It's live. Everything can go great in your previews because we, I test all this stuff before we go.
Definitely test it.
But then when you get on the live stream, things don't change. Don't move, Torrey. We're gonna leave that there the rest of the show. Don't move, Torrey. So with this rehab, he's got I think he's going to be in like a boot cast for at least 3 to 4 months.
Yep.
That's not good.
No, not
Now on top of that, he's still got to work to get back. Now, obviously, this man's going to still be able to throw a football. I'm pretty sure they can work around that to keep his arm strength up and everything good. Right. That way he's not just getting sitting stagnant for 3 or 4 months. But ain't no ayahuasca. Ain't no darkness retreats. There's no traveling. There's none of that stuff. There's none of that stuff. But do you think he should come back at this point in time?
I think he should redeem himself, especially if you like. I'm not saying following Brady, but Brady kind of set the standard. And he retired at 44, 45 or something like that?
I think he's 45 now.
Yeah. So somewhere around there, he retired. So I think you should come back and actually do a full season with the Jets and see where you land. I mean, He's also following, Brett Favre. Brett Favre played for different teams like the Vikings. He didn't play for the Jets, did he?
He got traded from the Packers to the Jets.
Okay.
And then he went to Minnesota.
I think, Aaron Rodgers should try to come back and actually win and kind of prove his point of that he's still good and he's still good with, any team that he's on. So
I've already said lock it in, Super Bowl championship for the Jets next year. Like, it's happening.
Lock it in, man.
I'm telling you, it is happening. Let's talk about them right now, though, because, just because Aaron Rodgers is out doesn't mean that the Jets are done.
Some people think the Jets are done.
Well, they're not done playing football. Now, are they done potentially winning a championship? Yeah, probably so. Unless Zach Wilson just proves everybody wrong, which I would love to see personally. I like the Jets. I do.
I believe this is Zach Wilson's year.
Oh.
I think everything, like I told you last episode, I think everything happened for a reason. Well, I didn't tell you last episode. I told you off air. But I think everything happens for a reason, and I think he's taking this opportunity to say, hey, Aaron Rodgers is down, all the noise, all the hoopla about Aaron Rodgers. I was still here from the beginning. I can still play. I got something to prove. He's got a monkey on his back that he needs to get off, and he got something to prove. I think they might have a decent season if Zach Wilson just locks in and focus on the Jets, his team. It's his team now. I don't know if they're entertaining any other quarterbacks.
They are for backups. They say purely backups. Now we'll see.
So I mean, this is his team again, and he's got more weapons than what he had. Garrett Wilson is coming into his own. I think Garrett Wilson is going to be a problem.
Garrett Wilson's amazing, dude. I love that guy.
So I mean, he's got it there. He's just got to lock in and focus, man. And Jets might make a wild card or something.
Well, see, the thing about it is if Zach Wilson could actually throw the football decently last year, they would have been in the wild card.
Yeah,
they were, I think, 6-1 or 7-1, and then lost every remaining game after that.
Yeah,
and they only scored offensively 7 touchdowns last year.
Wow.
I think it was passing touchdowns. Passing touchdowns was 7 touchdowns last year. Breece Hall's back. I thought it was kind of funny when Breece Hall caught that lane and just got right downfield and was running. You thought he was going to run it all the way down. Mm-hmm. When he started getting caught, Eli Manning on the Manning cast was like, up, he's out of shape. He can't do it. I thought that was funny, but no, I think they're great. They've got a great running back room, great wide receivers. Garrett Wilson, Allen Lazard, Randall Cobb is still there. Mm-hmm. There's one more I can't think of off the top of my head on the defense. Jesus, that defense is amazing, and you saw it in full, against the Bills, the Buffalo Bills the other night. I think they'll be fine. I do believe that they can still make the playoffs. Again, Zach Wilson's got to prove himself. I know they're rallying behind him right now.
Definitely.
They've kind of got to. But
no other option, man.
Right. They're rallying behind him right now. You're good.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'll let you know. No, it's scary, man. It's just like eggshells everywhere.
I know, man.
But I think they can still make it. Zach Wilson, they're rallying behind him, but do they have enough confidence behind him? Because let's look at the list of their potential quarterbacks, the backup quarterbacks they're trying to go get. Number 1, Jacoby Brissett out of Washington from the Commanders. This guy last year filled in for Deshaun Watson in Cleveland and played very well, very decent. And you give him a defense. Now the offensive line's a little bit of a question for the Jets, but we'll see. But you give him a solid defense, maybe he can do something. The name Nick Foles has been, and we saw what that guy did when he came in as a backup, and he won a championship.
Man.
And Doug Peterson changed the offense. This is week 11 against the Rams. When they lost to the Rams. Carson Wentz goes down. They changed the whole offense, changed everything. Nick Foles wins a championship that year against Brady in the Super Bowl when he was still with the Patriots. That's awesome.
Can't you believe Brady lost 3 Super Bowls? That's crazy. Brady lost 3 of them.
That's like LeBron's, 4 for 10 in the finals?
Yeah.
That's crazy. All these great players, man, they just lose. What's wrong with him? Unless you're Steph Curry. Steph Curry just does something to lose. He lost once, and that's just because he lost everybody on the team.
Right.
But that's neither here nor there. You banking on the Jets making the playoffs?
I have hope for them. I'm hoping that they do. I'm rooting for them.
But you're not gonna lock it in.
No, no, I'm not gonna lock that in. Hold on now. I need to see a few more games, man. I need to see Zach Wilson against a decent team and actually see if he does the things he needs to do. If he can take the pressure, if he can make decent throws, if he can make good judgment calls, if he can escape the pocket. If he does those things pretty good, then I might lock it in and say, "Hey, wild card Jets." Lock it in.
Wild card Jets.
Wild card Jets. Baby.
Well, I'll say this: they have a better, it seems like, future and a brighter future than the other team that plays in that stadium, MetLife Stadium, and that would be the New York Football Giants. What happened to them? What happened?
Woo!
What actually, legitimately happened against them?
That was like a high school team, man.
Dude.
That's terrible.
That's what happens when you get in a quarterback from Duke.
Ooh. They got like the worst things that has happened. Like they broke records.
And all in one game. They broke 5 records. No team had went 0-40 in a game. And there was like 4 or 5 different things that were listed, and they did all of them in one game.
Yeah. One game.
They didn't. They were saying that no team had ever done that in a season, the same season, and everybody, they did that in one game.
Wow. No points. I mean, me and you gave Jones some hope. Did we not? Did we not speak on Jones having okay, he's gonna work off from last season?
They did solid last season. Got the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. Is it more of the Giants losing, or is it more of the Cowboys?
Oh no! Oh
yeah.
no! We're not going there. We're not doing this.
We have to.
We don't have to. This is our show. We don't have execs anymore. Love you guys, but honestly, I really think just now. I'm not going to compare those 2 games. That was completely 2 different scenarios. Kind of similar, but still, it's kind of like when Clemson lost to Duke last week. They ran for 200, threw for 200, but then they just kept turning the ball over.
Yeah.
Well, Daniel Jones and the Giants didn't do that, but they did turn the ball over a whole bunch. And you turn the ball over, and let's give credit where credit is due. The Cowboys do have a very decent defense. Or not decent. They have a very good, very elite defense. Don't let me just stomp on them too much.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop on a little bit, just not too much. But a lot of that was self-made errors. I still think they probably lose that game generally.
Yeah.
Probably by a touchdown or 2. But it ain't no 40-0.
No, I couldn't imagine that. I mean, and the O-line, man, you need to ship him out somewhere else and replace him because, Jones got sacked, 7 or 8 times?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My goodness. Why are you getting sacked so much? Is anybody blocking anything out there? That is just mad crazy. You had maybe a few looks for the whole game at the end zone. You couldn't even get close enough to kick a field goal. You had turnovers all over the place. They just dominated you, and you make so many mistakes. It all was a combination together. Everything that could go wrong went wrong for the Giants, and everything that could go right for the Cowboys went right. They scored a touchdown off an interception. Cowboys is just over there cruising like anybody else, and I think it's just crazy, man, that kind of game can still happen and on the NFL stage. It's crazy, big fat 0, nil, nothing.
Listen to this. These are just stats breakdown. So this is how the game went. First downs, the Cowboys had 18, the Giants had 14. Very close. Passing first downs, 8-5. Or I'm going Cowboys to Giants, 8-5. Very close. Rushing first down, 7-6. Nothing bad. First down from penalties, 3-3. Nothing bad. Third down efficiency, 6-13 for the Cowboys, 5-16 for the Giants. These guys are close.
Yeah.
Total plays, 55. The Giants had 10 more plays, 65. Passing yards is a little bit different. They had the Cowboys had 143. The Giants had 63. Interceptions thrown, 0-2. 2 for the Giants. Right there. There's 2 turnovers. Right there. Sacks/yards lost, 0 for the Cowboys.
Mm-mm. Oh, goodness.
7 sacks, 47 yards lost for the Giants. Rushing attack, 122 to 108. Giants putting up 108. Red zone, the Giants went 0 for 2. The Cowboys went 3 for 4. Penalties differential, really very tied right there, 5-6.
Yeah.
And then fumbles lost 1, 3 turnovers, 2 defensive touchdowns for the Dallas Cowboys.
Wow.
Honestly, they're very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Like the stats show that this game was, if you looked at the stats, you would say, man, this game's a lot closer until you get to that last little bit right there. Turnovers.
The
and
turnovers
sacks.
And then the
Sacks.
Points off of turnovers.
Yes. And that's bad. That's right there is something that this team's got to correct. 2 interceptions, a fumble. You can't be doing that. You can't do that and expect to win multiple games in the National Football League. I don't care who you are. It don't even matter if you're Tom Brady. You can't be doing that and expect to win football games.
Right.
Any teams this week that surprised you, that you looked at and say, all right?
Let me see. I'm trying to remember who surprised me.
I got one.
Who?
They lost, but they still surprised me. The Colts.
The Colts. I was about to say the Colts, but they lost. So that's probably why I didn't say it.
Come down. They were down 10 with a few, like just under a minute to go. AR got down. He's hurt. He got hurt. I don't know how bad. I hadn't really kept up and see how bad he's been hurt. I don't think he's going to be out next game, but they look good. They look solid against a solid Jaguars team. I like them.
Yeah, I was couldn't think of them, man. The Browns, man. The Browns.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
They actually played a great game against the Bengals that you thought they was gonna come out and at least give them a run for their money. I know Joe Burrow coming off an injury and all that stuff, but I mean to hold them to no touchdowns and
83 passing or 85 passing yards for Joe Burrow for the game.
Joe Burrow, man. I mean,
and he just became the highest paid quarterback in the league too.
An opening game, and you do that. So that to me that surprised me with the Browns with their defensive locked in. They was locked in. Of course, Deshaun Watson did what he was going to do. We already knew that was going to come from Watson, but that defense really surprised me on the Browns that they held the Bengals like that. Bengals can hold their own, with the Bills, with Chiefs. They could generate offense, and it just wasn't there. So that was surprising for me with the Browns. Congratulations on their win, man.
Think about this. First down differential between the two teams. The Bengals had 6 first downs. The Browns had 21.
What?
That's freaking nuts. That is
so.
Awful.
I mean, that's right there. That's them controlling the clock and just running it. Getting the ball down the field as far as they can get it and controlling that clock, man.
And the Browns had 2 turnovers, and the Bengals did not turn the ball over once all throughout the night. That's
now that sounds more like the Browns. The turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that defense, man, it's pretty good.
Another team I was actually very surprised at was Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I like them, man. They play pretty solid, man. Yeah. They had a lot of drama going into that game with Mike Evans not getting the extension, talking about moving him.
Yeah.
And they come out and put up a very solid win. Evidently, Baker over there was reading the Vikings plays as they were coming out. He says, he did a little hint at him. He says, I'm a Texas Rangers fan, not an Astros fan. Evidently, it's one of their play calls.
Yeah.
And he was calling it out left and right. I mean, there was a video surfacing. He went for a rush. This is towards the end of the game, I believe. Got pushed out of bounds and looked down. He said, "Hey, you need to wait up, boy." Tampa Baker getting after it. I like the Buccaneers. Unfortunately, Marquise Watts didn't get to play. I didn't see him on the field. Maybe he did. I just didn't see him on the field. But
he did get to play preseason. I did see pictures of him, playing against the Jets in the preseason. But yeah, 53-man roster, man, it's hard to, get on the field going through all that, but hopefully he will. He'll get his chance.
Yeah, you hope to see that kid on the field because I think he can do some pretty awesome stuff. Second highest rated rookie throughout the preseasons behind Will Anderson. That was the guy I was trying to think of last week. I couldn't think of his name. I don't know why I didn't even mention this name. You ready?
Yeah.
This is my other team I think that did really amazing. I was surprised at.
Ooh.
Think about it. Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers.
Yes, I forgot about them.
First off, the Bears ain't back. I lost that. I picked the Bears. I thought the Bears was actually going to do something. They give you hope. And no. They're probably going to lose a lot of games this year. The Packers, on the other hand, might be, considering that the Vikings lose a week 1 matchup against the Buccaneers, the backup Buccaneers. The Buccaneers. Considering they lose a week 1 matchup, who knows what happens in that division? Maybe the Packers can reign king in that division. Who knows? We will see.
See, I knew Jordan Love would be like solid. It was good for the Packers, replacing A-Rod or whatever.
I mean, he played a lot more than solid.
That
dude played awesome, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, he looked legit.
He did.
He looked legit.
I flipping loved it, man. I thought it was.
And that's who I picked. I picked the Packers because I knew we had one. We had one.
Think about it. 38-20 is your score. Let's just look at the first downs. 15-22. Guess who had the 22?
Packers.
No.
The
Bears.
What?
Yeah, they got more first downs. They had more rushing yards. The passing yards, 237 to 189. The Packers beat them, but dude, it's just 2 turnovers, a fumble, an interception, a defensive touchdown. Dude, that Packers team looks legit. I am very excited with that Packers team.
Maybe Rodgers should have stayed.
No. Because if he was playing, given that the Jets still won in OT, I think maybe the Jets might have just walked the dog on the Bills. I'm not gonna lie. When you get a guy that can throw the ball like that, Jesus, that's good luck stopping that.
Man.
But with that being said, we did call something last week. And we'll talk about this a little bit more when we get to our portion of the show where we predict this week's matchups. We're going to do basically, so we've made a competition out of this. We're going to predict every single week all the way through the Super Bowl, and whoever has the most, we're going to do something. The loser has to do something for the winner. Don't know what.
Yes, sir.
Don't know what.
Yeah.
But, we'll figure that out as the season gets. We got a long way to go.
Yeah.
We got till February. Guess what? We've got till our 1-year anniversary to figure this thing out.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, it's freaking awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
But let's talk about those Detroit Lions a little bit. We picked the Lions, all of us. Alan was in the comments that night as well last week.
Yeah, he was.
And he stated, I'm taking the Detroit Lions to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, granted, no Chris Jones, no Travis Kelce. We know Chris Jones is back now for the Chiefs. Don't know about Travis Kelce from what I've heard day to day, but I would assume he's going to play this week.
Yeah.
Because as a matter of fact, I think they've got a pretty solid matchup this week as well. Like another hard one, if I remember correctly. They got the Jaguars. They got to go to Jacksonville too. So they got the Jaguars this week. They've got to get those guys back.
Get on it, man.
Chris Jones is back. That's great, but they need to get Travis Kelce. That's a big weapon for them. And the Jaguars have a pretty solid defense over there. I like the Jags a lot. I think they could really make some noise this year. But the Detroit Lions come out there. Their offensive line, first off, number one, is amazing. Let's just call it what it is. That offensive line is off the chain. They've got weapons all over the field. I was hoping to see Antoine Green on the field, but unfortunately it didn't happen. Understand, they've got some solid wide receivers. I ain't gonna say solid, some really good wide receivers like a Ramona St. Brown. I'm just gonna call him St. Brown. Let's put it that way. But you got him. You got former Rams target Josh Reynolds.
Yep.
Remember Jared Goff and Josh Reynolds was on the team, or the Rams team together, and they both got traded over to the Detroit Lions in that trade package for Matthew Stafford. And then you've got that. Wow, there's one more. I can't think of his name.
I had St. Brown on my fantasy last year. He did pretty good for me.
Oh man, they're all. By the way, can we give props to Jared Goff?
Of course,
Can we
yeah.
give?
I mean, he's always been solid, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He's always been solid. He's had his problems in big time games.
Yes,
he's always been solid to me. So.
Yes, there was as a Rams fan, I really enjoyed his play up until his last couple of years. After that Super Bowl, it seemed like something was wrong.
Yeah,
I enjoyed Jared Goff up until after that first Super Bowl when we lost to the Patriots because something happened there, and it just seemed like he was just kind of going downhill. And I thought, man, Jared Goff's just going to fall off. Like it's really going to happen. So when Matthew Stafford come in, obviously you get excited. You win a Super Bowl championship, got the hat, everything. It's great. But this dude has really revitalized himself because he got a bad rap over this past couple of years.
He did. I mean, going to Detroit, I mean, you already set yourself up for,
bad failure.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. But, I mean, any team can turn around if you get a solid, quarterback and who's focused on, winning and performing good. So, I mean, I think they're trending up right now. I think we kind of called it last year during the time when we started the show about how the Lions, they did good at the end of the season.
Yeah, they lost. They were like 1-6 in their first 7 and
you said that they probably could have made the playoffs if things, worked out.
Yeah, if one team would have, I think if it was the Eagles or one team would have lost and then they would have beat the Packers, they would have gotten into the playoffs.
Yeah.
But that one team, I forget who it was, won, and they said bump it. The Packers only had to get, so it was kind of a race between the Lions and the Packers. The Lions, for them to get in, it was a team had to lose and they had to beat the Packers, and they got in.
Yeah.
If the Packers just won the game against the Lions, they got in.
Yeah.
So the Lions went out there and screwed them. Said, no, you ain't going in either, brother. If we can't make it, neither can y'all. And in Lambeau Field, they did that. So they walk in to Arrowhead and say, night, you're the reigning defending champions, ring night. Oh my God, here we go. The brand new banner. Yeah. Whop, knock them out. And put them right there on their head. And we got to remember, Jared Goff is the quarterback that played against the Chiefs a few years ago was it in LA or it was actually at a neutral site somewhere. I believe it was on a Monday Night Football game when the Rams and the Chiefs went at it, and the end score total was over 100.
Wow.
I remember that game. I was I was sweating bullets the whole game because the Chiefs were doing great. They had just made it to the AFC Championship that year prior.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking really good. The Rams were trending up. This is the year we went to the Super Bowl. You look at them, you saw, or no, it was a year. That's right. This is the year. No, this is the same year of the Super Bowl. That's correct. This is the first year that the Chiefs made it to the AFC Championship game.
Okay.
And then you had. That's why I said I was really scared over Patrick Mahomes than I was Brady. But we saw how that went. But this guy can ball. Like, he's not a scrub.
Yeah.
And he's reminding the world, hey, I'm not a scrub. I used to be this really solid quarterback. I understand my last 3 years hasn't been the best.
Yeah.
But we're back. We're making this happen. And you got to give it to Dan Campbell. They really know what they're doing over there. He knows how to motivate the team. Please, for the love of God, NFL, let Dan Campbell get a real Lion at a Lions game. Please do that. Please do that.
Happen,
please do that. That would be amazing. I would want to go to Detroit just to see that. Like, that would be amazing.
If they really had a Lion, like, I
yes,
would go to Detroit.
Yes, and this is now, we're not just saying that to say that. This is a legitimate thing that they tried to get to happen. Like, they really tried that. I didn't realize my cat was in here, but she's probably yeah. But I'm really proud of the Lions. I'm gonna roll with my prediction this year that they could make some noise. Now, I'm not saying they're winning the Super Bowl. I'm not saying that.
Of course.
Let me halt everybody's expectations
What?
before they even get set, and I even get called out in the comments or whatnot. But I do believe that they could actually do something.
No, well, you did get called out about the Lions potentially making the playoffs or whatever. I think you got called out about that. People didn't like that at all.
It's okay. Jared Goff got me.
Right, he got you.
Yo, old J Goff. Let's go to the portion of the show.
Mm-hmm.
This is the fun portion. Let's review last week.
Yes.
Let's review last week.
Do it.
So last week we started picking the games of the week. I'm not going to go through each and every one that we picked. I'm just going to go to the end total. So last week, let's see, notes, bring it up. Boom, here we go. Out of all predictions, Torrey went 10-6 in his predictions, and I went 9-7.
Close. That's close.
Very close. He had a 2-game spread on me until the Jets thankfully pulled that game out against the Bills. Thank God. Thank you, Jets. But one of the games I know 2 games he got me on was the Niners and Steelers. I was definitely, expecting the Steelers team to look somewhat similar to what they did last year, but phooey on me. And then also a great game between the Dolphins and the Chargers. I picked the Chargers to win that game, and you got the Dolphins. Man, that was a great game between those two ball clubs, 36-34.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
The offense was out of this world.
It was.
I mean, Tyreek Hill had 200 plus yards in that game. I'm like, goodness gracious.
Yeah. So this is what we'll do. We'll go through last week's matchups, and let's just kind of review them very quickly, and then we'll get into this week's. You ready?
Okay.
All right, so we got to talk about the Lions Chiefs. Let's talk about the Rams and the Seahawks. There's a reason I'm wearing this Rams hoodie this morning and the Super Bowl hat.
Why?
Because the Rams, I think, are back. We are finally back. The Rams went out there. Offensive line has been our problem last year.
Yeah.
It was a massive problem last year. It was the reason. For example, Matthew Stafford only got to play 9 games last year. The reason being is he got sacked 24 times. He got hit 60 some odd times, and he got hurt. Do you know how many times Matthew Stafford was hit and or sacked Sunday?
1.
Zilch.
Wow.
Wasn't touched, wasn't sacked, wasn't sneezed on, nothing.
Wow.
They kept him clean. And the Seahawks had a pretty decent. They've got Bobby Wagner back. They got a pretty decent little pass rush over there. They really do. They know how to bring the blitz. They really do. But thank God the Rams offense was clicking. So all this hype or all this drama of, oh my God, he's having issues with young receivers. No, he ain't. The young receivers are doing great. The running game is really good. We got 2 great running backs, Cam Akers, who's been there for a few years, and then this young kid, Kyron Williams. Love this dude. Really love this dude. He's got some moxie about him, and he's stout. He really is. Not only that, our defense, they're a bunch of rookies.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them. Their secondary is basically rookies. And DK Metcalf couldn't do nothing.
Wow.
They covered Metcalf like crazy.
That's saying a lot.
Geno Williams, literally, there was a video. This is hilarious. He was going to throw the ball, and he turned, and he saw Aaron Donald's face. He was like, oh!
He got rid of
and he threw it.
I mean, do you blame him? Please.
No, I mean,
I would have got rid of that thing so fast.
Dude, that dude's huge. But I think the Rams look really good. The Seahawks. I think hopefully this is the year that we get to see the NFC West have its rivalry back. We get it this week, Rams, Niners. I'd love to see that come back this year as well. Cardinals, they're dead. Anyway, let's move into Ravens, Texans. What do you think?
Ravens, Texans. I'm going with the Ravens.
No. Last week's matchup.
Oh, last week's matchup.
Yeah, we're still covering last week's.
Oh, goodness.
They're playing again this week, fellas.
They're playing again. I'm picking them again because I picked them last week.
Yeah.
But no, Ravens overall as a team, they did good against the Texans. My problem is Lamar Jackson just didn't perform as well as he should.
Yeah, he did.
As he's supposed to. He didn't have a lot of rushing yards. He didn't really have. I think he might have passed for 1 touchdown. I think maybe he wasn't doing a whole lot. His Ravens defense kind of backed him up and helped him with that. You had other players, like their run game going on and stuff, and Texas didn't bring in a whole lot or whatever to the Ravens, so they kind of escaped that one. But I think if Lamar Jackson wakes up and gets back to his old self, Ravens will be a problem. They already got everything else in place. Jackson just need to lock in and get back to playing Lamar Jackson football.
I'll say this for both the Texans and the Baltimore Ravens: they best get an offensive line, because 5 sacks allowed on the Texans, 4 sacks on Lamar.
He couldn't do a whole lot, man.
No, he could not, and he only passed for 155. Now his completion ratings was pretty good. His percentage, he was 17 to 22, so I mean that's pretty good. Yeah. But I think they're trying to get to him to be more of a passer instead of a runner. I think that's some of the scheming change we're going to have to change up.
He's the type of quarterback that doesn't get sacked a lot just because he's mobile and he can move. But I didn't see that in that game. He wasn't moving like you should be, or like you're used to seeing him move, early on in his career.
We'll move on to Browns and Bengals. Hold on a second, I just saw something. UNC, something's going on at UNC that's not good. Oh, evidently, they've got another incident on their hands.
Oh, goodness.
Through last night, or yesterday, I'm sorry, they had another incident with another potential gun issue. Thankfully, nothing happened, but there was issue there. We'll keep on moving on. Browns and the Bengals. We kind of mentioned it before. Browns, good job on you. Bengals, got to get better.
Right.
Got to get much better. Let's move on really quickly. Buccaneers and the Vikings. Bucks win 20-17. Quick thoughts.
Baker Mayfield, man.
Tampa Baker. Let's talk about another team. You ready?
Yeah.
Saints and Titans. Saints pull it out 16-15 over the Titans.
They do. I'm still really not impressed with the Saints yet. I still need to see more. Titans is coming in lackluster anyway.
I don't have high hopes for the Titans. I think you had better hopes for the Titans.
I did. Just because I've seen them in the playoffs. They was in the playoffs 2 years in a row and actually doing pretty good as a team. They almost beat the Chiefs in the playoffs, man. So that's why I have high hopes. They still got most of the same people. It's still got the same coaching staff. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe we need to see more of them in the season. Maybe they'll pull it out and make the playoffs.
Let's keep it in our division right here in town, the Panthers and the Falcons.
Woo.
I was very disappointed in the Panthers. Bryce Young did not look very happy. Not look very good.
I mean, I knew that's what was going to happen. Lackluster Panthers. Bryce Young, first real NFL game, and he's on the field. I mean, I knew that was going to happen.
2 interceptions as well.
And I mean, that's not coming out. Falcons ain't hitting on much either. Come on. So what does that tell you about the Panthers? So I mean, it is what it is, man. I think Panthers maybe. I don't know if Bryce Young will get it together during this season. It looks like a slim chance. Usually it takes a few years for a quarterback to just come into his own. Maybe at least a year. So I mean, might be some low times for the Panther Nation, man.
Yeah, more low times for the Panther Nation. They're going almost 10 years straight now. Jaguars and the Colts. Jaguars beat the Colts 31-21. I thought the Jaguars looked great, but I was actually very impressed with the Colts, man. The Colts look like they got a squad over there. They really do.
And Anthony Richardson, he did good.
He did
good.
He did.
Oh, wow. So
and they've got great young receivers. Josh Downs actually got to start for them.
Wow.
And I think he had 3 or 4 receptions himself, playing really well over there. Tell me, your Niners against the Steelers, 30-7.
Most analysts had the Steelers pulling this out in a close game. Don't know why. I don't know why they wrote off the 49ers like we wasn't that team last year. Because I think the injuries all in their head, like, oh, he's still coming off an injury. No, Brock Purdy is fine. He's got the most. Now he has he had good what's that quarterback rating called an ERA or something?
Oh, QBR.
Yeah. He has the highest rating. Basically saying he's the best quarterback for week 1. I mean, he showed you that last season. We still got pretty much the same defense. We still got those dynamic offensive player. Brandon, I can't pronounce his name. Ayuk. He's coming into his own. He played good last year, and I mean, he won the Offensive Player of the Week award. I mean, we got Debo, Brandon, Elijah Mitchell, Christian McCaffrey ran 152 yards, man. So how do you not think that we wasn't going to pull that game out and beat them away. I don't know, man. I don't know why they just wrote us off like that. But the Steelers, they had high hopes for the Steelers coming off the from last year, and they kind of fell short. So they need to go back to the drawing board.
Next we got the Commanders and the Cardinals. Commanders win 20-16. Tell me what you think, man.
Good. I'm low-key rooting for the Redskins. I am. Sam Howell, he's got a good squad behind him, so that's going to really push him forward to see, because he can move, he can throw the ball. He's a decent thrower, and he can move out in and out that pocket. I mean, he scored a rushing touchdown.
He's amazing with the deep ball too.
I mean, that should tell you something. I think he's got all the intangibles there, man. And you got the coach behind you that I think didn't Coach Ron Rivera win like a Coach of the Year award or something?
Yeah.
In the Panthers. I mean, like I said, like these other teams, you got all the pieces there. They just need to take off. I think the upside for Commanders is looking really good.
They got a big challenge this week going into Mile High against the Denver Broncos. See how that happens for them.
Broncos kind of. I'll pick the Broncos, and they kind of fell.
Well, as a matter of fact, the next game on the list is Raiders-Broncos. Tell me about it. Raiders win 17-16.
Now, I said the Raiders. I think Raiders was my X factor, so you need to.
Yeah, I picture Raiders.
So you got to give Raiders credit. You got to give my boy Jimmy credit. He played a good game as always. I mean, he has solid games all over his career. Don't play Jimmy like that. But I thought Broncos was going to bring it to the next level, but you know, they got some growing pains. They got to still get their stuff together. I don't know what's going on with Russell Wilson. He had a decent game, but it's just
he ain't it.
That's not it, man. I think we should have seen more out of the Broncos, but it's still early on, man. But good win for the Raiders.
Yeah, we're gonna rapid fire these last couple quick. You ready? Dolphins and Chargers. Dolphins win 36-34.
Dolphins is picking up from what they did last year. And Tua's not injured, so that means Dolphins can win pretty much any game if they want.
Tua's a dog, man. I like him. Eagles, Patriots. Eagles win a close one against the Patriots, 25-20.
I don't like that it was that close. Patriots kind of shoot themselves in the foot sometimes, as they did last year. So good win for the Eagles, but they can do better.
And we've talked about the Packers and the Bears, Cowboys and the Giants. Ending thoughts: Bills, Jets.
Bills need to slap themselves, look at themselves in the mirror and say, hey, get it together. Slap some water on their face and say, come on, because that was bad. That was bad.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers goes down first drive and you still lose the game. You turnovers. Josh Allen fumbles. What is going on, man?
Josh Allen's getting himself a bad rap.
Yeah.
All right. That'll end up this past week. Moving into week 2. Ready? You ready to rapid fire? Starting tonight, Thursday, September the 14th.
Yes, sir.
We've got the Vikings and the Eagles in Philadelphia. Who are you taking?
I am taking the Eagles.
I am too.
I'm taking the Eagles.
I think the Eagles. Right now, the spread right now is 6 points exactly.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It's next up. I guess it's my match of the week just because I have the Rams favorited, where they're at the top of all my board. I can see their scores all the time.
Yeah.
Rams, 49ers in LA.
I think you already know who I'm picking.
Rams. I can't pick the 49ers over the Rams. I'll never do it.
49ers.
I honestly want to see the Rams shock the world right now. Because
come on, shock them.
If the Rams beat the Niners, the Rams will get national looks again.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. So I'm picking the Rams.
You know who I'm going for, baby. Niners all day.
Raiders and the Bills. This is an interesting one.
It is an interesting one.
It's a very interesting
because of how the way the Bills came off. You would say that the Bills say, hey, slap them a couple times, let's get it together. But I'm going for the upset. I'm going for Raiders.
I'm keeping the Bills. I'm going to keep the Bills. They're at home. They're at home. This is their first home game. They need this. I think Josh Allen comes out excited. Everybody kind of relaxes a little bit. Bills come home and take care of it. Ravens and the Bengals in Cincinnati. Woo, this is a difficult one. I'm not gonna lie. I want to pick the Bengals, but can I trust them?
I'm going with the Bengals on this one. I think they will get it together. They're better than what that last game was. I'm kind of we're eerie about Lamar Jackson. he wasn't himself that first game. But I'm going with the Bengals.
Cincinnati's favored 3.5. Bump it. Give me the Bengals. I'll take it.
Yeah, let's go.
Chiefs, Jaguars in Jacksonville.
I am going. Oh my goodness!
I got to go with the Jags. I have to believe that they're going to do something right now.
I'm going with the Chiefs, man. I think even if Travis Kelce doesn't come back, which I think he might come back, I think Chiefs going to pull it out. Mahomes. Now that they don't have Kelce, they're going to prepare as if they don't have Kelce, and they're going to unlock some other weapons. I think I'm going with the Chiefs.
I like the Jags. They got a good rushing attack, and that seems to be a weakness right now for the Chiefs. That, and you've got a couple of guys that you might be able to bomb them over the top. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Chargers and the Titans in Nashville.
Chargers.
I'm going with the Chargers
I'm
myself.
going with the Chargers, man.
They're favored 3 points. Packers and the Falcons in Atlanta.
I'm going with the Packers.
I am too, man. I can't.
Baby.
He's going to do it 2-for-2 this week.
Yes, sir.
Seahawks and the Lions. Definitely taking the Lions. 100% taking the Lions.
I'm taking the Lions too, buddy.
Yeah.
I got to go. I'm going to go ride the train, man, until it goes out.
Oh, 2 rookie quarterbacks face off this week. The Colts and the Texans. The Colts are favored by 1. Literally just by 1 point.
I'm going with the Colts. I like what Anthony Richardson has done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see they might pull the win. They might pull a win out over the Texans.
Yeah, I think they win. I think they win over the Texans myself. They get the win over the Texans, taking the Colts, Bears, and the Buccaneers. I'm taking Tampa Baker. Let's go.
I'm going with the Bears.
Oh,
for the upset. Because Baker Mayfield can get in his own way. Just remember now. He can get in his own way. I'm going with the Bears just in case.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You ready for this one?
I'm ready.
The battle of the we suck. You ready? The New York Giants versus the Cardinals.
I'm going with the Cardinals. I'm going with the Cardinals, man, because I have seen the Cardinals pull out a 12-13 season win before, and I'm going with the Cardinals, man. Like,
I got to take the Giants. I got to think they're going to redeem themselves. If they don't, then my God, I'm never picking the Giants the rest of the year. Oh, this is going to be a good one.
Wow.
Well, it was going to be a good one, unfortunately. Jets and the Cowboys in Dallas. I'd take the Cowboys.
I am taking.
What are you doing?
Cowboys.
I was about to say.
I thought about it like, Zach Wilson, let's go. Nah, I'm taking the Cowboys.
Ooh. Commanders and Broncos in Denver.
I am taking the Commanders because I believe in them.
Sam Howell gets it done.
Let's do it.
And the Commanders begin to start shocking the world. What? Dolphins and the Patriots in New England.
I am taking the Dolphins because you're not stopping that offense, buddy. Sorry.
I am too.
That's
I didn't know Monday night. Okay, we got 2 Monday night games.
We do have 2 Monday nights. Let's go.
We'll hit the Browns and the Steelers first. I'm taking the Browns.
I'm taking the Steelers just because, people had high hopes for them, but they came against a good team in the 49ers. I think I'm going to take the Steelers on that one.
Yeah, it actually is in Pittsburgh too.
Yeah.
And our final game is at home, 45 minutes away from here. The Panthers take on the New Orleans Saints.
I'm going to take the Saints, man. I'm not sold on the Panthers yet. I got to see some stuff. I'm going to take the Saints.
Panthers, don't you dare let me down 2 weeks in a row. I'm taking you, Bryce Young. I believe you can do it. I believe
we
you can do it.
differ about 4 games, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah, we do. So,
interesting.
Yeah. I have a chance to really, I'm putting my faith in some people early, and I could really screw up my whole overall just by doing that. Just these games.
Well, we're still close. We're still close.
So, yeah, we agree on a lot of them. There's a lot of them we agree on. There's just certain ones we don't.
I'm talking about last week. We're still close from last week too.
Yeah, I'm down 1. I'm down 1.
He's down 1. So.
Yeah, I got to get my 1 back. I actually need to get 2. Put me up 1.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, exciting.
But dude, we're gonna get out of here. We've been up for about an hour. It's not too much longer, and he and I got to go to work. That's stuff. That's fun stuff. Yeah. That's always fun stuff. Hopefully you all have enjoyed this. maybe we might do some lives more often. I don't know. We'll have to
Yeah,
look at that a
we're
little
gonna
bit
do it
more.
more often, man. Let's do some live.
Yeah, we like this. We kind of like the Facebook stream thing. I gotta get a Facebook page set up for this show, and then
Yeah.
once we do that, everything will be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so thank you all for watching. We've been here. We've had a good time. We're gonna sit back and relax, starting with some football tonight with the Eagles and the Vikings. We both took the Eagles, so Eagles, don't let us down. Let us get one.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a good weekend of football. Looking
Yes,
forward to that. I'll be in Chapel Hill this weekend and watch North Carolina take on Minnesota. And I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a fun game. I have a feeling it's going to be a really fun game. But we're going to get out of here. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. And for Torrey, I'm Nathan, and we'll see you all next time.